Today, I want to talk about one of the biggest regrets that I have when I first started wholesaling. If you're just getting started, listen up to this because this wasted years of um, time and energy, money, and this could save you that amount of time, get you a first deal within 30 days, 60 days, a lot quicker than it took me. So, one of the biggest regrets when I first started wholesaling is not joining a team. I went at it alone, watched some YouTube videos, did the whole thing on the internet, did all the research, thought I could do it, jumped in, no problem. And there's a lot of people on the internet that you'll see that get their first deal in a week, 30 days, and that's not the majority. That's not going to happen in reality to most people. But when I first started, I did the same exact thing. So some of the problems with that and the struggles that you're going to have is you're going to waste your time. You're going to waste time learning on your own, watching videos. You may never even actually start if you get analysis paralysis just watching YouTube videos. You're going to have to learn all that on your own. You're going to have to trial and error what works, what doesn't work. And that takes time. And during that time, you're going to be missing opportunities. You're not going to know what to do if you do jump in and end up talking to people, maybe get something under contract. Chances are that it's not going to go through because you're not sure exactly what you're doing. So you're wasting time by trying to go at it alone if you're just starting out. The other thing is money. You can waste a lot of money spending money on VAs, pulling lists, skip tracing those lists, getting all the CRM, customer relation management softwares that you think you need. And those cost money every month. You don't need all those. You do need them eventually, but when you're first starting out, you necessarily don't need that. And that's going to cost you money if you go out and get a bunch of those that you end up not using because you don't know what you're doing. The other thing is all the progress that you could make, you're basically delaying all that progress. So the time it takes, the money it's wasting, you're kind of kicking the can down the road if you are trying to go at it alone. If you join a team, it can shrink all those struggles that you have and not have them because the team's already set up. So a lot of the benefits of a team and what I've found after I went at it alone, I eventually did join a team, and this helped me progress faster. The You have access to all those resources. If this team is up and running, they have everything you need. They're going to have the CRMs. They're going to have the leads that are coming in. They're going to have the skip tracing. They're going to have all that. They're going to have marketing. They have bigger networks. So you're going to have access to all their resources that you otherwise may not have, at least when you first start out. You're not going to have it as quick. So that team jumps you into the game right away. You're going to have it and you're going to see how that works. You're going to see how the systems play out, the start to finish progress of closing deals, the accountability. When you're on a team, if you're working for that team and not just partnering with them to get stuff done, but if you're actually working for that team, then you're going to have accountability. You're obviously going to be held accountable to how many phone calls you make, maybe how many deals you're closing. There's going to be some kind of accountability to get things done for that team. You'll have the motivation when you come in every day and they're putting leads in front of you, you're making calls to sellers, you're going to have the motivation to stay more motivated on a daily basis. When you're at it alone, the only motivation is yourself. And if you're not making any progress, it's a lot easier to get down on yourself and even quit if you aren't making any progress. They're also going to have the knowledge. They're going to have the knowledge of where to get leads, how to get them talked to on the phone, closed, how the deal gets done, start to finish. closing deals, and how that whole process works. So the big thing is the consistency as well. If they're an established team, they're going to have consistency, and that is going to help you learn that whole process and move your journey a lot quicker. The other thing is you're not spread thin. When you're going at it alone and you're first starting out, you're doing everything. You got to do the marketing, you got to call the sellers, you got to close the deals, you got to sell the deals, you got to talk to the title companies, you got to do the contracts. You're doing everything. So you're so spread thin that you can't get good at one thing. And that is another thing that stalls your progress, because if you can't get good at one thing and you're mediocre at one, you're probably not going to close as many deals as you can. And that's going to hurt your progress when you're first starting. With the team, you could maybe be an acquisition specialist, you can be a transaction coordinator, you can be a dispositions person who's getting the buyers and selling the deals. So then you can specialize in those areas and get good at those areas over time. And then when you do go at it alone, you can either train other people to do it, or if you are doing it yourself, you might be better at it, you might be more efficient. So it'll help. I spent probably a year trying to work all these things out by myself, and thousands of dollars on different programs and different marketing and different strategies to try to get things done that I was seeing on the internet, just pulling pieces all over the place here and there. Um, and it took a year to really to close a deal, frankly. So I had all that time to where if I had first started out, what I would do it over, if I did it over and started today, I would join a team and I would plug myself into their systems and their processes and learn from them and save myself that year, save myself that time and money while I can make money with a team and get in their processes. And then once I was, if I wanted to go out on my own at that time, then I'd at least be more prepared and know what I can do and what I can't do and how the process works. With Once I joined a team, I was having conversations every day. They were giving me leads. When I was doing it on my own, I wasn't having conversations every day. The conversations were built around the time I had, the budget I had, what I had done that month and set aside to get leads. If I didn't have any, I wasn't talking to anybody. So I had more conversations once I joined the team, which made me better at talking to sellers and different scenarios of how to close a deal and acquisition strategies and all that stuff. So if you're just getting started, I would highly recommend joining a team. Avoid the mistakes that I made and that every new wholesaler makes when they're trying to go at it alone. Um, Once you get with a team, you are plugged into their systems, you have all their resources, you're going to progress a lot faster. Even if you were on a team for a year or two, in the long run, it's going to save you that time and you're going to be able to progress over a 5 year period. You're going to be farther along than someone that tried to go at it by themselves for that full 5 years. If you went at it, if you had a team for the half of that, the second half, you're going to be way farther along. You're going to have more networking. You're going to know more people. You're going to have the knowledge of the processes better than they are. You're just going to be way ahead of the game if you join a team first rather than trying to go at it alone. So take the time to learn the business, then decide if you really do want to go at it by yourself. You may like the team, you may like the structure of that and not doing it on your own, but you won't know until you try. Um, the way I found a team was through a local community. So a community that I'm a part of, I met someone on there, we talked. Eventually I got on their team and was able to close some deals with them, and some of the biggest um, deals that I've done and checks that I've made in real estate have been with that team and their resources, and just getting paid a little piece of what they're doing, so everyone wins. You can find them at local meetups, communities through Facebook, um, mentorship programs are places where you go, and you can meet these people and just have conversations, be friendly, want to meet people and network, and you'll really find a niche with doing that and getting out there and meeting people. So if I was starting over, I would save myself the time by joining a team, avoid the mistake I made, wasting a year and some money. Join a team. It'll progress if you're first starting out. Get with a team. You will progress faster in the long run. Comment on this video of your own experience and what you went through, good or bad. Maybe you have different opinions on this, but this is what I would recommend if you're first starting out, for anyone that's just getting into wholesaling. If you got value from this, please like, comment, subscribe, follow my journey. I'll have more information on what I've been through, and hopefully some tips and tricks to help you in your wholesaling journey if you're just